Greetings, my brothers and sisters. Sorry for the false start. Yeah, we're here. We just decided to draw something from the archive for you. Yeah, a piece called Missing You. Because, you know, we have been. Want to see if we can get some better light into the place for you. How are you doing?
I missed your gentleness, warm as a tropical noonday sun.
You know, we're bouncing that one from the top again. It's simply called Missing You, you know?
Just to let you know how much I've been missing you. Missing you all through the day.
Yeah. Seriously, we've been missing you, you know? So I just want to take a moment and greet you in the name of the Most High and say thank you. Thank you for all the wonderful support that you've given us. And this is actually a piece from, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago. Now, beautiful, beautiful sister doing background vocals, Pam Hall. Yeah, production with my brethren, Benji Myers. I haven't talked to him in a very long time, but just sending you some blessings, my brother.
Missing you all through the day. I've been, deep down inside, it pains my heart to be away so long. I've been missing you all through the day. I missed your gentleness, warm as a tropical noonday sun. The way you say,
Yeah, we've been missing you. And because we've made a commitment to continue to provide you with some amazing, amazing work. And to be present in order to support you on your journey as you support I and those around us on our journey. And it is beautiful to be able to do that. It is beautiful to be able to still be here to make this commitment and to ride through this space and time with you. Yeah, greetings for checking in. As I said, I've been
missing you. Deep down inside, I've been, from the bottom of my heart, I've been missing you all through the day. Deep down inside, I've been. It pains my heart to be away so long. I've been missing you all through the day. These things happen when you care for someone. Yeah, these things happen when water leaves its mark. I've been sitting here and thinking just how much.
Yeah, these things happen when you care for someone. These things happen when water leaves its mark. Yeah. I tell you recently, just be like water. Yeah, because the sister said,
Yeah, deep down inside, from the bottom of my heart, I've been.
let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can hear the music all right, if you can hear the balance of my voice with the music. Because we're actually not micing this through the phone or anything. I would have loved to do this with a balance of my friends also on Instagram, but we'll get to you. Yeah.
These things happen when water leaves its mark.
So I hope you're gonna be tuning in with us for a while. Yeah, the volume good. Yes, Mr. Astro Black, good to see you. Yeah. Blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you all of you for sharing the vibe. So before we go any further, I just want to say, who's that? Teresa? Yeah, lovely, lovely. Thank you for coming again. Sound is clear, beautiful. So we just wanted to stop by today and say to you, we have released a piece, an EP actually, that is called IDoNotSubmit. Some of you are very aware that we released the what we call a docu-poem, which is, you know, part documentary and poetry, just over a month ago. And now we decided that we might as well just put out the entire package for you. So give thanks, send me some love. I see that. Give thanks. You have been sending me some love, actually. And I just want to thank you for that. I want to also just say that in the midst of this particular time, again, we've made a commitment to be completely open, honest, convicted, or even more convicted to creativity, and to raise vibrations as best as we can. And if you think it's worth it, if you think we're doing all right, just let us know. Let me know your feeling. I know I've showed up on your feed quite frequently, more frequently than I normally would have, but I think it's necessary. It's necessary to kind of cut through some of the rubbish that's out there. And I believe that if you have content and things that we need to have conversation about, it's important to bring that forward and share that with you. We started with a piece long time ago, and this is the vibrations. And you'll have this on the EP. It's the dub version, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna play some drums for you in a little bit, you know. Yeah. Yeah, we look forward to that. So how are you keeping in this time, my brothers and sisters? How are you keeping? Yeah. Am I doing my own production? That's a good question, my brother. I contribute to the production. It's always great to have brethren and sisters working with you. Particularly for this product, I have been working with a brother called Ollie McGill. From here in Australia. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually in Australia at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have some things to talk about what's happening in Australia at the moment. But let's stick with the production. We probably won't get into what Australia is producing at the moment in terms of its citizenry. But yeah, you think it's awesome. Nice. So yeah, I have contributed to the production. I learned that it is best to have good producers working with you so that you can concentrate on the creation and the delivery of the work. And of course, when the work is composed and we take it to production stage, it's important to collaborate. Collaboration is one of the things that takes us to another level. And we request that people think about that, particularly in this time. You know, free yourself, collaborate, and allow the community or a collective to raise an idea that you have to another place. Collaboration is very important, and so we understand that. So wherever we can, we collaborate and have producers work with us. I've worked with some amazing producers around the world over the years, and we give thanks to that. On the previous project, we actually work with people like Dennis Bovell. I've worked with Benji Myers in the past. I've worked with, as I said, the brother here, Ollie McGill, Julian Belbashir from here, another brethren of mine called Alex Alexander from here. In Jamaica, we've done some work around with China, Sheldon Bernard, as I said, Benji Myers, Paul Castick. You know, so we've been fortunate to do some wonderful work with people, and we look forward to doing more work. Let me just pause that. Yeah, we look forward to doing more collaboration. Yeah, I understand you, my brethren. Astra, you know that collaboration takes things to another level, and if you have some ideas around that, yeah, heavyweight. Yeah, man, them people are some solid people. I've also worked with some solid people in Canada. I spent a lot of time in Canada. You know, I've worked with a brethren called I Feel. You know, I Feel is an amazing producer as well. I've worked with a brother who related to, you know, Father Holong from Jamaica, Peter Holong. I worked with Peter Holong in Canada for some time. I work with a brother called Errol Star Francis. You know, so we collaborate as we move around the world, and we give thanks that there are people out there that have actually mastered their craft and, you know, see it fit to do some work with us as well. So we give thanks for that. On the next project coming, we have some masterful people. We're not going to get into that right now, but we have some masterful people. So we're just extending the family as we go. People in Germany, more people from Jamaica, more people from Barbados, you know, just different vibration. Because, look, we are here in this particular time to exemplify the best that we can offer to the world, and at the same time raise other people's vibration. And so when we say we do not submit, you know, it's a very bold statement, and for some people it's very difficult for them to make such a statement. I understand it, given especially what's happening, but we grew up in a circumstance where people speak freely, and as a result of utterance and thoughts, then we engage in conversation, we engage in dialogue for better understanding. So that's what we're asking people to do. We're asking people to engage in dialogue for better understanding, particularly at this time. And because we have journeyed for a while and we've been here for a while, we think it's important to raise those vibrations. Given my perspective on history, I have maintained that it's really important that I speak. I see myself as a bridge builder from one generation to the next, my elders and the youths and I in between, because, you know, we're getting there. In some cultures, it's understood that we are still a child, really. In some cultures, when you turn 50 and moving into 60, that's when you become an adult. You know, so we understand that. So what we're saying to people right now is that it's important that you celebrate with us bold, clear statements about your position in life, and with that, extend some compassion for people, other people in the world. So this particular dub track was one of those pieces that we dropped in the earlier part of releasing IDoNotSubmit. And we did it because we want people to know that we are making some statement that is important. So check it out. So thank you for showing up. Thank you, Millicent, Nicole, Terenza. Yeah, thank you, Astro Black. Dubwise. anthems of these times. What we're trying to do really is to encourage people to also express themselves, and particularly for the creative industry that have been decimated during this time. We are encouraging people to write some music with content, some anthems of the time, so people can sing and raise them vibrations with these things. So we do not submit, and it's very clear, it's a bold statement, but there's a distinction in terms of what we don't submit to. You know, we don't submit to anything that is unlawful impositions that makes people uncomfortable, that threatens people's position, them livelihood. We do not submit to ageism. We do not submit to bully, whether you bully in the classroom or you bully at any level. You know, whether you're a bully in the workplace, you're a bully in government, at the executive level, at the judiciary level, you know, we don't submit to that at all. Ageism is very important. I get a chance to study gerontology and understand how society relates to our elderly, and how we sometimes, you know, create policies that does not allow them to live with dignity, especially in the latter part of their life. So those are the things that we do not submit to. There's a whole host of other things that we don't submit to, and we can continue. But you let me know what you don't submit to, because I'm sure, you know, I think it was Malcolm X, Mr. Shabazz said, if you stand for nothing, you will lie for anything, or something like that. If you don't stand for something, you lie for anything. So you let me know what you don't submit to. Give me some vibes. Let me know what you don't submit to, because it is very important that you make yourself, you understand who you are and make yourself be known. Because, yeah, we come to root out evil in all the dark corners of the world. You understand me? So we go again. I really shouldn't be playing this drum with a ring. I want to sell a heel for my brethren. An elder statesman, Mr. Mutadi in Canada. I have to send you some vibes, my brother. Sending some vibes to all the elders, because at the end of the day, I say, if I don't speak, if I don't continue to do this work, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing a disservice to my ancestors, and I'll be failing the next generation. You understand me? As a bridge builder, that's my position. So let me know what you don't submit to. Let me see. Give me some vibe, people. Give me some vibe. Let me know what you don't submit to. Send me some energy. Thank you for tuning in. We played a thing called Great Idea for the people. Great Idea is a piece that, let me just play the Great Idea speech. Listen to this. From the top again.
You ask. I'm not sure I have any. I think it's a great idea for majority of us to look more carefully at how we relate to each other on this planet. It is not a new idea.
I'm gonna say that again.
You ask. I'm not sure I have any.
What don't you submit to?
I think it's a great idea.
Don't submit to inequity on the planet. Yeah, so it's a great idea that we actually continue to raise people vibrations and stand up for equity and justice. Very important. We have a conversation coming up. That is about the great ideas coming out of IDoNotSubmit. And I want to engage and invite you to take part in that conversation. It's about 2 weeks from now. It's on the 24th. Because what we think is important is that we actually look at how we can use our resources, kindness, love, little gestures, smiles. You don't need no big money to actually make significant changes on this planet. And so from the piece IDoNotSubmit, there have been some amazing responses from people, and there have been some ideas that came out of the Great Idea, which is another track on the project. And so we're going to have a conversation. I do not submit great ideas, and we encourage you to be a part of that. But until then, listen to this piece.
Great thoughts you ask. I'm not sure I have any. I might think it's a great idea for majority of us to look more carefully at how we relate to each other on this planet. It is not a new idea. It's a great idea. It's an idea that majority of us need to act on. Yeah. We need to look at how we share the wealth on this planet. Historic injustice, narrowing the gaps between the have and the have-nots. You know, our youth, our elders, intergenerational relationships, the intersections between modern and ancient medicine, modern and ancient technology, and the wisdom therein. The balance, the balance, if there's any, between the dominant and the dominated. Where we draw our lines in the sand, pollution of the earth, seas and skies. And Africa is the heartbeat of this planet, and the Congo, the center. And until the Congo and other places that experience similar pains are elevated and alleviated, then bodies on this planet will experience ill health. And let me tell you, man, I thought thinking is one of the highest order and functions of human beings. So let me tell you, think and act on these things accordingly. It is important. Trust me. It is important.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So that piece actually came after we recorded a Great Idea in the studio. Millicent, thank you for checking in. Clive, Anna, my brother, Anna, 100% love and, thank you for checking in. This particular piece, the Great Idea speech, and again, I just want to encourage people that when we make a statement, I do not submit, is because we're opening the door for dialogues, because we've been on this planet for a while and we've journeyed and we understand some context in terms of how things have unfolded, and we're bridge builders. So at the same time, we're not afraid. No, honestly, we're not afraid. So what we're saying to people is that when we make a statement like Great Idea speech, and I want you to really listen to that particular piece, because that piece just came out of me after we recorded Great Idea. After we recorded Great Idea and we sit down in the studio, I just, got a pen and just wrote. Actually, I did it on my phone. I still like writing with a pen, to be honest. There's something, and we have to talk about that. There's something about scripting your IDA. It's bringing your natural vibrations into being when you're able to write. A lot of young people cannot pick up a pen today and write anymore, Yeah, that distinctiveness, but we'll get back to that. I wrote it on, it's not writing then if it's on my pen, it's on my phone. We typed this Great Idea speech in about 10 minutes after recording Great Idea. I sat in the studio and I felt like there needs to be an expansion of the piece. And so I'd like you to listen to Great Idea speech and let me know your thoughts. When you listen to the tracks, please give me a shout out. Let me know your thoughts. Please feel free to tell me exactly how you feel. Tell me if there's something you would delete, if there's something you'd add. We have no inhibitions about that. It's through collaborations and the holding of hands and listening to our elders, admonishing certain things when it's not right, and sharpening the edges while we're here today. You understand me? And again, I said, if we stop speaking, then we are actually betraying our ancestors and at the same time feeling the youth. So we're not afraid to have a conversation. Great Idea is, it is the counterbalance, with I Do Not Submit. is what are the great ideas that we're going to unearth from a track like I Do Not Submit. And it's not an ordinary track. And it's a track that, trust me, it's a special inspiration. It took me quite a while to write it and for us to put it out. But listen to the dub version, the remix of this thing that we wanted to share with you. I didn't finish share this, but this is, yeah, we dub this up after we finish, you know. As I hold on to the drum, I remember Winston Rodney. Yeah. A very special elder, a very special human being that has left his mark, you know, yeah, creatively riveted in the history of reggae music and resistance music. Yeah, we're healing up Winston Rodney at this time. Healing up Winston Rodney. Yeah. Mutari, love you, my brother. Love you, love you, love you. Send me some vibration. So we're not gonna stay here and dance, to be honest, because it seems like there's a dance frenzy happening around the world. Everybody dancing. Yeah, I don't know if it's if we're kind of in a portal where we just feel like we have to do that in order to express ourselves or to feel free. Wow, it's unfortunate when we see some of the things that are happening around the world, you know. At the end of the day, we try to insert some content into people's mind and idea. So this is the dub version of a piece called "You Simply Cannot Lock Me Down Any Longer." Yeah, because you know what? I understand that we have to take certain precaution, and to some degree, some people think, well, you know, we're fighting something that's really significant out there. Yeah, I don't want to get into that conversation too much to say that, because it is based upon your perspective and your research and your knowledge. But I say we're here to lift people's spirit. Yeah, and we're looking at a number of different approaches to move us beyond this time and space. And I say the evidence of how well a society is doing is how we take care of our most vulnerable and how we support the middle class in our society. Because the middle class is the engine of the society, you know. Yeah, no doubt. All historians, all, you know, economic papers that have been written and analysis and all the economics, you know, that we have actually reviewed have clearly indicated that the middle class, who work the hardest most often, is what is the engine, is the locomotive of the society. So when I say, when we are actually looking at an approach to manage any, you know, situation that is extreme, we have to think about how do we deal with the most vulnerable in our society, and particularly our age and our elders and our youth and the middle class. And we don't have to wait for, you know, unprecedented circumstances to see how we really conduct ourselves, you know. We don't have to wait for that. I say, how do we conduct ourselves in a normal, you know, under normal circumstances? Do we show love normally? Do we, you know, some people saying, well, you know, you're not talking to me anymore, but would you have spoken to me before? You know, and it is very clear that because of what we're going through now, there are certain people that are acting a little bit strange, to be honest. A little bit strange. And it's understandable, but what we're saying is we need to see more love in the place. Mr. Black. Some people trying to forget them sorrow and dance. I can understand that. Yeah. There is a dance, come like a dance sickness happening. But, you know, I guess there is a need to express oneself, because if you've been locked down for 24 months, then of course you have to figure out a way. But this dance frenzy has been coming, you know, before this whole, you know, situation started. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm currently in a place where some of the most stringent lockdowns have been happening in this country called Australia. Probably more severe than a lot of other places in the world. I just want to send a hail from a brethren them in Victoria at the moment. Yeah. Victoria, oh my goodness, this is for you. This is for you, because I know. I'm going to write this piece. Yeah. Use it as a metaphor. Wheel and come again. After write, I do not submit. And actually, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, right, don't lock me down, which is simply cannot. And I encourage you, my brothers and sisters, because you know it go right now, there's not much happening. So we encourage you to get some of these things. Yeah, we have some merch that's available on our website. So we encourage you to pick up a few of that and support the artists directly. Because you know what's happening now is that we're getting pennies from the work. Pennies. That's the reality. And no matter after you spend thousands of dollars and time investing into the work, with the streaming platforms and what's happening and not performing, we're getting pennies, like seriously pennies. You're in New South Wales. You're in New South Wales, my brother. Well, yeah, I am in New South Wales, so we need to connect and have a different conversation or extend the conversation. Maybe you'd like to be a part of the conversation that we're going to have coming up, that is called Unearthing Great Ideas from IDoNotSubmit. Yeah, we should have a conversation. So look, we are actually at a place where we have to send some vibrations of people that are doing it hard. Yeah, even harder than we are. And we know what it is to do it hard. So when we wrote, you know, Simply Cannot, which the refrain is, you know, simply cannot lock me down any longer, pit us against our neighbor. because that is another thing too. You know, the division, this whole age of using division as a tool to retard our growth and progress is a very sad thing. So we want to move beyond that. You know, so we dissect our family and we dissect our community, and we even dissect ourselves. You know, that's why in Great Idea there's a line that said, you know, why am I so different from I? It's about understanding, asking yourself the question, and getting to know yourself. But when we write, "Don't lock me down," I do not. I mean, you know, simply cannot. Is because there are certain things you just simply cannot do. You know, and I did a whole piece on that. You can look online, you know, and check that out. But at the end of the day, I wrote this and using Junction Road in Jamaica as a metaphor. You know, we get to find out that life is like Junction Road. Expect a corner anytime. Yeah. And if you cannot see the signs, you're going to end up in a pothole. Check it out. It's the reality from the top.
Simply cannot love me down any longer. It does again, so I never want to just mask up and lose confidence in the insides and the evidence. Simply cannot love me down any longer.
Won't shut up, mask up, and lose confidence in the history, science, and the evidence. There's a whole way to mask up, you know, and we know about that. And we know about, you know, censorship, yeah, and not allowing people to speak. We know about that. And science and evidence, whose science and whose evidence? Manufactured evidence, yeah, we're just gonna be truthful, you know. We're not all in a corner because we only come here to live life in this frame once. We've been here thousands of years. This is not the first time. So we have that perspective as well. In fact, millions of years. Yeah. Fossils.
Find out, say that life is like Junction Road. Expect a corner anytime, cannot see the signs. You end up in a pothole. You have a ball, no score the goal. Life is like Junction Road. Expect a corner anytime, cannot see the signs. You end up in a pothole. You have a ball, no score the goal. LDI, Rastafari, power of the Trinity. LDI, Rastafari, anthems of these times, creating anthems of these times. See, we cannot lock me down any longer. It's just against our neighbor. Won't shut up, mask up, and lose confidence in the history, science, and the evidence. See, we cannot lock me down any longer. It's just against our neighbor. Won't shut up, mask up, and lose confidence in the history, science, and the evidence. See, you're just a money machine and the roaring sounds of him thoughts. Patience busy, not a long story, but it's your climax, include the whole family, not just the auntie. And just a money machine and the roaring sounds of him thoughts. Patience busy, not a long story, but it's your climax, include the whole family, not just the auntie. The road foggy, slow down Betsy, slow down Betsy, slow down Betsy. Why the hell you wanna drive at the speed when you know you can't see? The road foggy, slow down Betsy, slow down Betsy, slow down Betsy. Why the hell you wanna drive at the speed when you know you can't see? Aye. Simply cannot lock me down any longer. It's just against our neighbor. Won't shut up, mask up, and lose confidence in the history, science, and the evidence.
Simply cannot. Vibes. Yes. give thanks for checking in one more time. As I say, try not to lose my desperation high. Yo, we have to bop that part again. See this part, yeah? You listen to this section again. Don't knock me down, try not to lose my head. Desperation high, try not to lose my head. Come again, don't knock me down, try not to lose my head. Desperation high, 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 high. Desperation high. Desperation what? Trust me, man. Trust me. Desperation high. I'm feeling it. Feeling it. Feeling it for all my brothers and sisters in the world. What am I saying? Let me just pause. Let me just pause. Because we're talking about numbers. Are we really talking about numbers? Are we really talking about people who have lost their jobs? Friends who have lost their lives and family? Wife and husband sitting on the other side of the fence because auntie, pressuring, one member of the family to do this, and the other one saying, no, we're not doing this, we're honoring certain things, and the other one saying, no, but, the chief health officer said this, and and at the same time we're losing our job, and we just actually buy a house, and we just buy a car, and now we can't pay it because we have to close the business, and desperation high. What numbers are we really talking about? Are we talking about people that have been suiciding in great desperation and depression? Where are those numbers? Those are the numbers we want to see and have some conversation about. You understand me? Yeah. And I'm not saying that, the passing of loved ones is not important. Yeah, we have had some loved ones and friends and things who have, just stepped to the other side. Yeah, but we are saying, let us look at all sides of the coin. Yeah, and the edge as well. Yeah, we're not looking at just, we're looking at the connecting components. So if you have a coin and you want to look at one side and the other side, it's important. Yeah, I'm reaching for a coin so that we can talk about that. Where is it? It looked like a Canadian coin too. It's a Canadian coin. That's interesting. Really? Wow. Should I talk about Canada? Yeah. Canada, uttering in a new era. Yes. Canada, Niagara Falls to Vancouver. There's a whole lot of things to write, We've been fortunate that we have been inspired and we're healthy, given our circumstance. Because, yeah, we know what it is to struggle. Yeah, we know what it is to be committed and work hard, and we are very conscious of other people that are doing it tough. But when we talk about the coin, we want to talk about both sides and the edge. Yeah, not just the back and the front, but the edge. What are the connecting elements within the coin? So at the end of the day, we all are unpacking global tragedies. Yeah, let's admit, we all are unpacking global tragedies. And as I said in the piece, I had to power down my phone, unpacking a few tragedies of my own. Yeah, you want to hear that? Yeah, I had to, because it's important, very, very important.
This is a public service announcement designed for critical thinking in every inch of public interest.
This is a public service announcement. It is a public service announcement.
Let's face it. We all have stories unpacking global tragedies. Let's admit, we feel the frail and the elderly, our bodies and its general intel. We feel small businesses, our youth, and the promises of truth. Followed ill advice from a few who largely does not represent you. Fecundity is on its way. Children's development requires play.
Yeah, so I started the piece with that, through the inspiration of the Most High. Let's face it, we all are unpacking global tragedies. Let's admit, we feel the frail and the elderly, our bodies and its general intel. We feel small businesses, our youth, and the promises of truth. We followed ill advice from a few who largely does not represent you. It's nothing new. I could have actually made that statement 20 years ago, and it holds true. I could have made that statement 25 years ago, 50 years ago, and it holds true. My ancestors could have made that statement 100 years ago, and it holds true. It's nothing new. So when, there's a few attacks, or I wouldn't call them attacks because I'm not even qualifying that. There's a few people that, talk about the piece having anger and it's just about, pandemic, or, and I don't even use those words as much, because at the end of the day, this is not the first, situation that we have gone through that is like this. It's a war. There's a virgin in Jamaica, I'm trying to remember, he was a part of Poets in Unity, he was a teacher, and about more than 25 years ago, write a poem called "There's a War Going On, Did You Know?" There's a war going on and you won't see it or hear it on the radio, on your television screen, or hear it on the radio. Shaka Ban, Black, I would be able to tell me his name. Yeah, Shaka Ban Tusta or something like that. But a beautiful poet, I think he became a teacher from the group called Poets in Unity. Some solid poets in Unity. And I just want to take a moment to heal up all the poets, all the people that are writing things with consciousness. And again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking this time to tune in and get some vibrations and give me some vibrations as well, because it's really important that we continue to challenge each other and strengthen each other along the way. That's very, very important. Very important that we hold respect for each other, irrespective of, one's position. Because I think what it does is provide an opportunity for dialogue more than anything else. And again, as I said, people say, why I do not submit? Why is not I will not submit, or I never submit? Is in the present. Is in the present. It will forever be in the present. And we do not submit to certain things that is unlawful, as we said. We do not submit to impositions, and we do not submit to racism and ageism and discrimination of any sort. We do not submit to bullying, whether it's in the classroom, the schoolyard, in government, in your workplace. We do not submit to those kind of things. And anything that you don't submit to, I'd like you to tell me right now, raise some vibration and let me know what you do not submit to. Because as I said to you, Malcolm X says, if you don't stand for something, you lie down for anything. So you let me know, send me some vibration at any level. What don't you submit to? Or what do you submit to? You understand? Because that is a central point in this conversation. As I said to you, we are unearthing some things from IDoNotSubmit. So, great idea is one of the piece on the project. And as I said to you, we are looking, moving forward, at the great ideas that are unearthing from IDoNotSubmit. And we're going to have a conversation about it. And we encourage you to help us with that. A message just came in. We encourage you to help us with that. Be a part of the conversation. Millicent, thank you for checking in. Catherine, thank you for checking in. Marva, thank you for checking in. What have we learned over the centuries? I have to get closer as the phone I'm using. Yeah, as we unpack global tragedies. What have I learned? Well, I have learned that a lot of things have remained the same. As I said, about 5 minutes ago, if I'd made this statement 20 years ago, we all are unpacking global tragedies, let's admit. It's a collective evaluation that we should admit that we have all failed, because whether you were driving the bus or you were a passenger in the bus, you could have stand up and say, hey, we're not going in the right direction. And so we all have been complicit. Martin Luther King says, I've repeated that several times, justice and injustice anywhere threatens justice anywhere. And if you are a witness to bullying and you have not done anything about it, then you're part of the contribution. You're either a part of the solution or part of the problem. So when I opened with the piece with it's a public service announcement, and the idea that let's admit, we should all admit that we have been a part of this acceptance of the state of the world, the constant war, the constant injustice that we've seen, the degradation of culture and cultural artifacts, the destruction of certain people, the menacing of certain culture, the historic devastation and robbery that we've seen across the globe. And if my ancestors were here 100 years ago or 200, 500 years ago and they made the statement, it will hold through. I only hope that my children and your children won't be able to make this statement 10, 25 years or 100 years from now and it holds true. That is what I hope. I hope that our children will not be fighting racism and all the isms and segregation and impositions that makes people suffer. That is what I'm hoping for. So I'm hoping that these statements that I'm making will probably not hold true in the future, because we would have come to our senses and take the relevant action to make the changes. One of the pieces I wrote from the previous album, if that day never finally come, if that day never finally come when we all live as one, I hope you find some peace and harmony in this land. This pending peace, this pending peace, because there's a war going on. And before we got, overwashed with the war that we're fighting, this invisible enemy, well, we know, to some degree what the enemy and who the enemies are. It's time to call names and deal with them officially. But, the reality is that when we talk about this peace, this pending peace, trust me, man, this pending peace, it won't come with politicians. Yeah, because at the end of the day, peace have to become the bottom line for that to happen. You understand me? It won't come with the religious. Yeah, because it seems they are not willing to take on the worldly task it requires. They're, bent on the separation, It's either you bow down and pray, Jesus or Buddha or Allah or a goat, and if you don't, then, you're gone to hell or purgatory. We have to look at traditional wisdom path before, the books came about, where everybody have a book and holding down, and either, every time you go into a hotel around the world, there's well, not everywhere in the world, but there's a Bible somewhere, either, them should have put it under your bed, really, as opposed to in the drawer. But anyway, the reality is that I'm hoping that the statements that I'm making will not hold true 20 or even probably tomorrow, to be honest. Yeah, but it's honoring my elders, honoring my ancestors, and not failing the youth. So when we write those things, we welcome the conversation. We really welcome the conversation for you to have with us and let us know your thoughts about the pieces.
things could not intercept. They went to bed and wept just because they lost the fight. Purposes, policies, legislative offices, retreat to private chamber, full stomach call last minute fever.
Have you listened to this one yet? If you've listened to this one yet, let me know. Send me a message, send me a thought, what you think about it. Have you listened to Great Idea? My brothers and sisters, send me a message, let me know. Yeah, I don't want to be staring directly into your face. Beat some vibration. Yeah, we're gonna beat some drum for them soon, man. We're gonna beat some drum. I was beating some drum before now. We're gonna beat some more drum for them. Great idea.
The night they lost the fight. No unconventional is at the hem. I need a friend there. I spot a rebel with a blue suit and trust me, my freak with the fabric look blue. Cause nothing beats a great idea when time comes. Injustice could be a word or a walk away. Bets and regrets don't win. Internal the pain remain. A campaign to move. One to groove forward. Two for prosperity and clarity. Seekers at the end. Nothing beats a great idea. Oh, a great idea. When time comes, nothing beats a great idea. Oh, when a great idea. Time must go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pause that for you. Great ideas. Let me know what's your great idea. Let me know what's your great idea, particularly in regards to what's happening in this world. I have a few little things that I hang up around the place. Awareness, love, love, an inspired form of giving. Love breathes life into hearts and brings grace into soul. Love, great idea. Yeah, love is a great idea. And you don't really require money in the bank to show love. You know what I mean? Awareness. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Because this is all we have. This, the present moment, is all we have. Yeah. We don't really know about this evening or tonight or tomorrow morning, wherever you are in the world. I mean, the sun's set in some parts of the world already. We really don't know. So, you know, we're going to come back to great idea. Love is a great idea. Compassion is a great idea. You don't need bank account to show them things. You understand me? So, great idea. Let's go with great ideas.
When time comes, go in a united pursuit of a little youth who's lost its ways and but you. All I have to say is that the keep won't stop us, 'cause life is not an open air park. The dogs and the birds in conversation. One scout is a youth and the crowd them bust out. Why am I so different from I? 'Cause nothing beats a great idea. Oh, a great idea. When time calls. 'Cause nothing beats a great idea. Oh, when a great idea. Time must go.
Yeah, I enjoyed making these tracks. Your great idea. What is your great idea, my brother? Send us some rhythm to voice. Yeah, Astro Black. Why not? Why not? Send us some rhythm to voice. I have a whole lot of things written. I have a whole lot of rhythm too, but why not? As I said in the beginning, you know, collaboration is important. And creativity is the essence of life. Yeah, creativity is the essence of life. In all fields, in all forms, creativity is essential. So please check out the I Do Not Submit EP. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, I welcome you sending me some things to listen to. You know, we just want to make sure that the tracks them have soul and spirit, because right now we make a commitment to continue to be creative and lifting people vibrations. Again, I Do Not Submit is a amazing body of work, and I write a little piece about how I Do Not Submit was inserted into my spirit. I was on this trajectory. You see that? That's my trajectory to compose a trilogy. You know, the Song Poet 1, Song Poet 2, Song Poet 3. And somehow after we've completed Song Poet 1, and Song Poet 1 is available, we 90% completed Song Poet 2, and Song Poet 3 is, you know, in the incubator right now. And so we welcome suggestions and ideas. Let us know your thoughts about the pieces. Please be honest and don't feel, you know, if you think that something should be improved, I don't have an issue with it, to be honest. You know, one of my brethren says sometimes it's better to complete than to be perfect. And now, you know, perfection is sometimes elusive, but I sometimes spend a lot of time tinkering with things before I put them out. So let me know your thoughts around that. But all I'm saying is that I wrote a piece, you know, that kind of contextualized how I Do Not Submit was inserted into my spirit as a creative along the journey. And it pulled me off the road in some respects to the I Do Not, the Song Poet trilogy. But I think it's a part of the journey. It's a part of the journey. It's not, I guess what it does is that it just shows me that life is like Junction Road. It's like a corner in a time. You know Junction Road? If anyone of you know Junction Road, let me know. If anyone here know Junction Road, just send me. Yeah, we're talking about Junction Road in Portland. I mean, I know there's some other Junction Roads around. Well, it's not really in Portland. It starts from the top of St. Andrew Hill, Stony Hill, and continue and take you through one of the most rugged terrain. Well, actually, the Chinese came in with a management with the Jamaican government, and that has changed now. The last time I was there, just over 19 months now going. Yeah, Junction Road probably is now a straight highway, so maybe there's no more pothole, and maybe there's no more corners. No, you can't avoid corners from that. But it weaves itself along the river, the Rio Grande River, and go over Sandy Gully and Flat Bridge and those places. Now, when rain come down, trust me, there's no crossing that bridge, and whole heap of things go up on Junction Road. Whole heap of people live their life on Junction Road, you know. But life is like Junction Road. It's pick a corner anytime. If you know Junction Road, give me a vibe. But if you understand the metaphors, also send me some love and let me know your thoughts. So we want to give you an opportunity to do your own thing. We want to give you an opportunity to also just spend some time and listen to the tracks, and, you know, please share them. Let me know your thoughts. You know, put them on your story. You know, go over to the website michaelstgeorge.com, michaelstgeorgedub.com, and check out some other works that we have over there. You know what come to mind to play you before we actually, I'm going to leave you with something else. Actually, there's a track that I wrote called Something Else. But I want to leave you with this. I'm actually not leaving you with this. I want to just let you hear this piece. It's from an album I did called Dubbing the Vibe. Maybe about, wow, when the Dubbing the Vibe came out. 2000 and I have to remember that. Wow, maybe 2007 or something. But check out this.
I wake up every morning and give Jah thanks and praise. My heart says, seek your face, and that I did. Seek Jah, God Almighty, please see us through.
Wheel and Come Again. It's a track by myself.
I wake up every morning and give Jah thanks and praise.
I think this is the second, this is Benjamiah singing. Benjamiah's Astro Black, you hear him up earlier. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful soul and amazing musician and producer, instrumentalist. And we wrote this piece one time we were recording in Jamaica, and I took this, actually I took the Bible with me to the studio. And my grandmother used to love to read Psalms 27. Yeah. I grew up in a very religious home, you know. Yeah, we had to recite and read the Bible every day. Yeah, more time we're reciting, you know, books of the Bible from top to bottom. Used to remember everyone. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, all the way down. Yeah, you can tell that I don't remember them in that order anymore. It did serve and still has. And so Psalms 27 is a very special psalm. The Psalms of David is very special, you know. Yeah, David is a poet, to be honest. So listen to this out of the root of Psalms 27.
I wake up every morning and give Jah thanks and praise. My heart says, seek your face, and that I did. Seek Jah, God Almighty, please see us through.
See us through, Jah.
Creator of mankind, show us what to do. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Oh, though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise up against me, in this will I be confident. Jah, God Almighty, please see us through. Creator of mankind, show us what to do. Jah, God Almighty, please see us through. Creator of mankind, show us what to do.
Yeah.
One thing have I desire of you, Creator.
Benjamiah is asking Jah to see us through this time. Show us what to do. Show us the best way to move forward with love and compassion for each other. Because that's what we need more than anything else. We've had enough war. Yeah. We've had enough destructions. Yeah. You can check out this piece as well. By myself and Benjamiah's. And keep telling me that I need to do a video for it. Yeah. If you know a philanthropist who want to really support the work seriously, you let us know. Yeah, because we have a whole heap of work to put out. And, you know, we need some things to grease the wheels. Especially in this time when we're not able to get out there and do the work much. So, yeah. Charmaine, nice. Good to check in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. this is what we can do, and we're doing the best that we can do with the gifts and the blessings that we've been given. We're happy that we're still here alive. Yeah. So, give thanks to Mama. Give thanks to Papa. Give thanks for the forefathers who came and gave their lives. So, Jah, God Almighty, this is true. Give thanks to the forefathers who came and gave their lives. A lot of people have made sacrifice for us to have what we have here today. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, there should be more grants available for culture. Yeah, wow, Astra, that's a serious conversation to get into. Yes, there should be more grants available for cultural production, but sometimes culture is not a priority, you know, or certain culture is not a priority, and certain people culture is not a priority. And it's, you know, again, as I said, it's all through, we all are unpacking global tragedies. Yeah, let's admit, we feel the frail and the elderly, our bodies and its general intel. We feel small business, our youth, and the promises of truth. Yeah, we followed ill advice from a few who largely does not represent you. Fecundity is on its way. Children's development requires play. Yeah, I feel it for those with little resources to cushion this blow. The impact and severity from struggling states and economy. And the story not done yet, so I power down my phone and pack in a few tragedies of my own. The hours grow darker in these dishes of disaster, and a mad rush for a prick, because the meal tastes worse than the vomit, and the disease seems better than the cure. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. Yeah, so convince me otherwise. You know, there's so much. Tell me your favorite line. I'd like you to tell me your favorite line in I Do Not Submit. I've got some response like, give me one reason to trust. Consult conscience. You know, Babylon is falling. Some people say Babylon has fallen. Yeah. So let me know your favorite line in I Do Not Submit. Some people can't take a line like the meal tastes worse than the vomit, because when you hear that metaphorically, yeah, but in terms of imagery, it just make you feel indigestion, you know what I mean? So give thanks to Mama, give thanks to Papa, give thanks to the forefathers who came and gave their lives, because Jah, God Almighty, please see us through. So I'm going to leave you, you know, with, sorry, I'm going to leave you now with this particular piece, which is the piece that is the monster on the album. Is the monster in a good way on the project. And, you know, when we think about I Do Not Submit, what do you not submit to? You see me doing a little dance to this the other day. Yeah, it's just the spirit moved me to, you know. Yeah. To endure. I have to tell you that there are some sites online. Yeah, I mean the CDC have some kind of pandemic response to zombies. And when I listen to this piece, sometimes it projects that a lot of people walking around like zombies, you know. Bob Marley said, wake up and live. Bob Dylan said, the answers, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answers is blowing in the wind. My Angelo says, still I rise. Brushes wrenched from painter's risk, attempting to teach without free speech. Let creativity lead, 'cause I see speed and submissions to thrones of greed. You say hush, I say give me one reason to trust, 'cause I hear grace and confidence say there is a better way. I do not. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. It is highly appreciated because you've got a lot going on in your life as well. There's a lot of things that we are faced with today that we could have been using our time differently. So I want to thank you for spending this time with me. The support is very important. However you feel and can support, if it's a like, it's a love, it's a share, however you feel you can support us, give thanks for the support. Love that, Millicent. Yeah, wake up the town and tell the people. Yeah, Urals, my brethren, Urals, yeah, and Lou Rawls, Uroy and Lou Rawls talk about the trade winds. Here I stand looking around me, while all around me, what do I see? Unhappy faces, behind the painted smile, heartaches and loneliness, dressed up in modern style. Unhappy people, living in sin and shame, reflections of myself. Life ain't no easy game to play. Hey, we're caught in the trade winds of all time. Yeah, that's a Lou Rawls, mad vocalist and songwriter. So we give thanks for creativity. Thank you. We're about to sign out and allow you to continue your regular programming. Sorry, I didn't mean that in that way. Yeah, your regular self-determination in terms of moving forward and raising your vibration. So thank you. It's been a blessing to share this time and space with you, and we're going to leave you for now. We encourage you to share the work and go on the website, get some t-shirts, get some products, revisit some of the other works that we have done, And we have a number of other things coming out that we want to encourage you to stick around for. We're building a relationship, and as we go, we say, remember, I do not submit. And it's the truth. Yeah, you know.
This is a public service announcement designed for critical thinking in every inch of public interest.
Let's face it. We all have stories unpacking global tragedies. Let's admit, we feel the frail and elderly, our bodies and its general intel. We feel small businesses, our youth, and the promises of truth. Followed ill advice from a few who largely does not represent you. Fecundity is on its way. Children's development requires play. I feel it for those with little resources to cushion the blow. The impact and severity from a crumbling state and economy. And the story not done yet, so I powered down my phone, unpacking a few tragedies of my own. The hours grow darker in these ditches of disaster, and a mad rush for a prick. The meal tastes worse than vomit, and the disease seems better than the cure. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. In the greatest level of humility and gratitude, I want to say thanks. We're bold and graceful because our ancestors have done their work, and a lot of people have made sacrifice for us to be here today. And we see the wheel turning as if we want to move back into a dark age and exemplify segregation and tyranny. And we say in this time, no, 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 no. So, yeah, give thanks, Marcia. Yeah, Rastafari be praised. Praise, praise, praise. There's a piece that I did a while back called Caged In. It's an amazing groove. I kind of want to leave you with that today because, you know, we just want you to know that. To be sorry if you simply refuse to see the depth under the greed, pride, persistence, and dignity. Gatekeepers, this is a mind job, live sharp, blasting off from the past into the future. This is the sound, this is the sound, this is the sound of rebellion lost. Open the gate and let out the bull, gatekeepers. Hey, take the cage, take the cage, take the cage off, 'cause I say I don't want to be caged in. Now we go again, I don't want to be caged in. Let me go, I don't want to be caged in. Let me go. I don't want to be. No more. Yeah, this is from the vault. From the vault. Hey, hear me. You see we, and I know we, cause we no hype. The time is right, so we step up in line. Let go the tribe. Foolish politicians speak. Forget religion if you have to form clan. And watch the bars and how you chant fire. The furnace getting hotter. We could all be in this cage together. Yeah, we're all in this cage together. And only she who free can help me to help you, for you to help yourself. Oh, cause only she who free can help me to help you, for you to help yourself. Sure. So ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, yeah, until then, saying shalom, kings and queens. Walk forward in your boldest, goldest light. Yeah. In the best vibration that you enter this planet, and to exemplify good and what is right. It is not always popular, but it is always good. So until then, Rastafari be praised, guide and protect you all in your stride. Send you some vibrations in all the challenges that you may be facing at this time. And yeah, and that we can work collectively to make this darkness go away. You understand me? Yeah. So
Great thoughts you asked.
yeah.
I'm not sure I have any.
Please join us for the great thoughts conversation coming up. Yeah, that's coming out of the IDoNotSubmit. Yeah. And my sister in Marva have a thing called Strong in Broken Places, writing through living and writing in the time of pandemic. So we look forward to that, and we're going to be a part of that on the 21st. It's going to be live, so please check that out as well. And it is the first thing I suggest that you listen to. From the IDoNotSubmit EP is this piece. That is the great idea speech.
I think it's a great idea for majority of us to look more carefully at how we relate to each other on this planet. It is not a new idea. It's a great idea. It's an idea that majority of us need to act on. Yeah. We need to look at how we share the wealth on this planet. Historic injustice, narrowing the gaps between the have and the have-nots. You know, our youth, our elders, intergenerational relationships, the intersections between modern and ancient medicine, modern and ancient technology, and the wisdom therein. The balance, yeah, the balance, if there's any, between the dominant and the dominated. Yeah, where we draw our lines in the sand. Pollution of the earth, seas and sky. And Africa is the heartbeat of this planet. And the Congo, the center. And until the Congo and other places that are experiencing similar pains are elevated and alleviated, then bodies on this planet will experience ill health. And let me tell you, man, I thought thinking is one of the highest order and functions of human beings. So let me tell you, think and act on these things accordingly. It is important. Trust me. It is important. Trust me.
Yeah. And Africa, the center, and until the Congo and similar places have been elevated and alleviated, then the bodies of this planet will continue to experience ill health. Yeah. Check what Belgium did to the Congo. And we can understand where everything that we tend to be using now in electronic and technology, you know, that operate your cell phone and your computer, and all of them things come from the center of Africa. The gold and the diamonds and, you know, all those precious elements and pearls. There's nowhere else in the world that have those things as much. And when we look across the globe, look at what's happening with Haiti, you know, look at Haiti in this state of modern technology and capitalism, the best of capitalism and democracy. Look at the history of, you know, Cuba, you know. Look at what's happening right now in the Middle East, you know, Syria, particularly Lebanon, you know. Look at what's happening in Yemen. Look at what's happening in Yemen, my brothers and sisters. Look at what's happening in Yemen. So when we talk about we do not submit, if people want to narrow it and think we're just talking about, you know, some people dying, a small amount of people dying, because it's a small amount of people in relation to all the wars and poverty and miseducation and ill health and other forms of injection that we have experienced. It's not just one form of injection. So we have been here long enough to have these conversations. Yeah. If you really look at what's happening, open your lens and look at what's happening throughout the world. And then you can begin to have a conversation with me about where we position ourselves with this I do not submit thing. I love you, my brothers and sisters. I love you. Wake up and live. Yeah. Until the philosophy that holds one race superior and others inferior. The speech that His Imperial Majesty made to the United Nations in 1963. Yeah. So, look, man, if we had even just truth and reconciliation just come to mind, but I was just going to say, if we had just taken elements of that speech, and you can look at that speech today, it's still available online. Look at that speech. If we taken elements of that speech and really put them in practices, would have been different today. We talk about indigenous rights and treaties and truths and reconciliation. You know, Canada just have a thing the other day, them talking about truths and reconciliation. And the Prime Minister have the audacity to say, forget, and went somewhere on some trip. Really? Really? Come on, man. You're joking. Joking. You know? So, in Australia, we have this thing called the Statement of the Heart that Aboriginal people got together 2 years ago and had this conversation, or 3 years ago, about 2021 now. Yeah. And nothing. We're joking, man. We're joking. Trust me. Trust me. And then we find bodies in mass graves, 200 and something earlier on this year, 270 something in Saskatchewan, and 100 and something somewhere else in Canada. And the Prime Minister had the audacity to miss the first Truth and Reconciliation gathering. You're joking. Joking. So we will, you know, the mark of a society is how it treats its most vulnerable. Period. I love you. Love you, my brothers and sisters. Word, sound, and power. Yeah. If that day never finally come when we all live as one, I hope we find a little more peace and harmony in this land.